And hello from my driveway in Walla Walla, Washington. Um, I wanted to talk about preserving scraping, hand scraping. And there's a really good example here on this radial drill. If you look at the a 1 minute video of still photos, you'll see that how rusted this was. And to preserve the hand scraping, I think you can see it from there, but we'll get at it at a couple of angles. The first thing I used was this very scraper. And it's not a wave scraper. All it is just a piece of steel with a 1/2 inch wide carbide in there, and it's ground straight across. And to get the rust off, you hold it at a low angle and you just start going like that, and the rust peels up. And if you dig it in, you'll feel, and you can see if you're scratching it. So you have to sharpen it, keep it honed, and just work the rust off, skimming the top. And rust is very interesting, what I found. If you look at the video of the stills of this, and you see this is covered with rust, I soaked it down with PB Blaster or something, and before I could get to it, maybe for a week. And all those penetrants will only go into the rust about 5/1000ths of an inch. And every time, no matter what I soak the rust with, it's always dry next to the cast iron. So you go across it with that, and then that solution of acetone and automatic transmission fluid with brass brush. This is a really good brass brush. I found it at a brush and broom store. It's got short bristles. And one thing I found, this is like, I don't know, Anvil brand. You get it at a box store or something. But the bristles are too long. And I took some wire cutters and some heavy scissors and shortened the bristles. It made it work a lot better. Now, I'm going to scrub on this with this other formula. It's a commercial product called Hoppy's. And I'm going to scrub on it because I think it's a good final scrub. And it works good with the brass brush. In fact, I think it's designed to work with brass brushes. So I got a little tray set up here. And I'm going to pour some of that in there. Now this stuff's kind of expensive. I haven't checked on it in 50-gallon drums yet. So I get a little bit on there. I'm just going to start scrubbing a little bit here. Okay. Yeah. This stuff's pretty strong smelling, but I don't believe it's as flammable. And I think it's the best thing to use once you get the bulk of the rust and stuff off. And it's got kind of a bad stain here, and you can tell, that's where I got it, you can tell when you hit some rust, you get this dark colored slurry, like when you hit a bad spot. And look, I think that got that out. And I'm just going to go along and get that. We'll have a look at it in a minute. Kind of a dark spot there. I get this nice and clean. Then I'll move the head back out this way and work on what's under the head. I think this Hoppy's is really good. And it seems like a little goes quite a long ways. Always stubborn right on those corners, isn't it? But it seemed to help to shorten the bristles on this brush here. And it's good for kind of smaller areas. Yeah, this works really, really good. The other stuff works good too. And the warmer the metal's warmed up, you know, like from the sun, the better this stuff works. Okay, I'm going to wipe that off, have a quick look at it. Still a little bit of staining down here, but I can see it lifted it up real good. And just wipe that off up there. I didn't really hit that. Try some different angles here. Okay. Let's see. I hope you can see that really nice hand scraping. And if you use any kind of abrasive, that's going to disappear. That's like 25 or 12 millionths thick, maybe even 5 millionths. I don't know. It's very, it'll just go away. Got a slight amount of wear on that. And it's just, this machine just was not used very much. And I've been going over the these parts here. Let's see if I can get, you can see a little bit of a difference right here around that oil hole. This is where it sat in the junkyard. The upper part was parked right there. And so all the water kind of accumulated there. Let's see how that looks. I'm just finding this stuff gets in there, but you gotta apply it a few times, and I don't think it hurts to leave it on. Let's see how that did. Well, it's gonna take some, but I think it did help. Okay, walk around and check some other stuff out here. All right. Well, I'm going to get the rest of the paint off this, get that in cover. Then up here, a really cool feature of the acetone is that it lubricates it pumps oil to the compound rest through this groove and those two little holes. Yeah. Just a lot to do. It's looking better. It's going to warm up, and I'm going to scrub it, and then get back and get the rest of the paint off that acetone in this machine, and see if I can't get that finished. All right. Let me set this down here. Yeah, here's the that groove and the two holes that lubricate the compound rest. Isn't that cool? So, yeah, this mill here, I think the paint is pretty good. It's not real expensive. It's better than the Tractor Supply paint, though. Somebody mentioned you have to put an additive into that. This case paint, I wish I knew more about paint, but I don't know if that's going to say what's in there. But this is the solvent for it, and it is really bad. And it talks about brush application. After all, farmers are going to use this stuff. But at the dealer there, they said this stuff's really good, this paint. It stays on the excavator buckets good. That's pretty good stuff there. It's got a bunch of benzoyl, ethyl, all kinds of weird stuff in there. That's not very good, but it fumes really badly, And yeah, it even says, you know, the vapor is harmful. So I got pretty good ventilation in here, and I get the smell of this stuff out. So anyway, I wish I was as good at painting as I am at rust removal. I've had a lot of experience at removing rust. Okay. I'll get back with something. You know, I got machining to do in here, and that's interesting. I got to make something every now and then. Hey, thanks for having a look today. Bye-bye.